You think it's just a habit, something harmless, something no one will ever know about. But deep down, you know it's consuming you. It's not just about pleasure anymore, it's about control. So how do you break free? How do you quit this addiction once and for all? In this video, I'm going to show you how to quit this addiction in a way that's real, practical, and no BS. No sugarcoating, just the cold hard truth and a battle plan that actually works. Before we get started, if you're serious about becoming stronger, more disciplined, and ready to conquer your life, this is your first step. Hit that subscribe button now, or stay stuck while others push ahead. The choice is yours. Commit and keep watching, because the real journey starts here. Let's get into it. 1. Why quitting is harder than you think. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, this is the last time? How many times have you felt the guilt, the shame, and the frustration, only to find yourself slipping back into the same habit? You see, the reason it's so hard to quit isn't just because adult content is easy accessible. It's because it rewires your brain. It literally changes the way you think, the way you experience pleasure, and how you relate to the real world. Dopamine, the same chemical that gives you a rush when you're doing something exciting. Adult content hijacks that system, making it harder and harder for you to experience pleasure in everyday life. So before we dive into how to quit, you need to understand this. You're not weak, you're not broken. Your brain has been trained to seek out this artificial high. But the good news, you can rewire it. 2. The truth about willpower. Here's another question for you. Have you ever tried to quit through sheer willpower alone? You know that I'm just gonna stop and never look back mindset? Here's the reality. Willpower alone won't cut it, at least not for the long haul. Why? Because this addiction isn't just about what you're doing, it's about why you're doing it. Maybe it's boredom, maybe it's stress, maybe it's loneliness, or maybe it's become your escape from dealing with the real world. The point is, unless you address the why behind the addiction, no amount of willpower is going to help you break free. 3. Identify your triggers. The first step in quitting is to identify what triggers you. What's happening right before you feel the urge to watch adult content? Is it late at night when you're alone? Is it after a stressful day at work? Start by keeping track. Every time you feel the urge, write down where you are, what you're feeling, and what led up to it. This is your battle map. Once you know your enemy, those triggers, you can start planning your defense. It might seem tedious, but trust me, this is crucial. If you don't know when and why the urge hits, you'll be caught off guard every time. 4. Replace, don't just remove. Now, let's talk about what you do when those triggers hit. Here's the thing. You can't just stop cold turkey without replacing the habit with something else. If you leave a void, you're setting yourself up for failure. Let me ask you, what do you usually do with your free time? Because if you don't fill it with something productive, that urge is going to come creeping back. Instead of watching adult content, you need to engage in activities that give you a similar dopamine boost, but in a healthy way. Hit the gym, pick up a new hobby, meditate, learn a skill you've always wanted to master. Fill that void with something that actually improves your life. It's not about distraction, it's about transformation. 5. Accountability. Why you can't do this alone. Let me be real with you. You can't do this alone. You need someone who can hold you accountable. It could be a friend, a partner, or even a support group on Discord or any other platform. Someone who will check in on you, remind you why you're doing this, and help you stay on track when things get tough. Think of it like this. Would you trust yourself to quit smoking without any support? Probably not. So why would you try to overcome this addiction without backup? Having someone in your corner not only keeps you accountable, but it also reminds you that you're not alone in this fight. 6. The 90-day challenge. Here's where things get serious. If you want to truly break free, I challenge you to commit to 90 days of not indulging in this foul deed. This isn't just about abstaining for 3 months. It's about rewiring your brain and resetting your dopamine levels. Studies show it takes around 90 days to reset the brain from this addiction. During this time, you'll go through ups and downs. There will be days when the urge feels unbearable, but if you push through, you'll come out the other side stronger, clearer, and more in control. Can you really make it to 90 days? Yes, you can. And once you do, you'll realize that the addiction wasn't nearly as powerful as you thought it was. Look, quitting isn't easy, but the truth is, you have the power to change your life. You have the power to break free from this addiction and take back control. It's going to be hard. There will be days when you want to give up. But remember, you're stronger than this addiction. You're better than this. The journey starts now, and if you commit to this, I guarantee you, 90 days from now, you'll look back and wonder why you ever let it control you. So are you ready to take back your life? Your journey starts now.